I want to thank everybody who gave their opinion on the poll for when you would like me to do the Atomic Habits book study. It did win for me to be able to do it at 1 o'clock Arizona time, which is 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Pacific time, and 9 p.m. in the UK. And we have some UK friends who have been joining us ever since we've been able to try doing the 1 o'clock time in Arizona. So, anyway, I want to thank everybody who has been a part of this book study journey. And this week, we are going to be discussing Chapter 4. And Chapter 4, the title of Chapter 4 in the Atomic Habits book study is The Man Who Didn't Look Right. Did this give anybody a goosebump? It did for me. The Man Who Didn't Look Right. This particular story right here. Oh, good. We got some people saying hello. Yay. Candy's in the house. Woohoo. And so is Freya. Yay. And Freya's here from the UK. So cool. And Karen Russell's here. And Robin Lockwood. Yay. Wonderful. I'm so glad you guys are here and joining me on this Atomic Habits book study. Awesome. What did you think of Chapter 4? It was so cool. It wasn't very long. It was only about 7 pages. So it was a really easy week this week to be able to read it. But my goodness, it is full of great takeaways of things that we can do right now, today, to help us build better habits and maybe stop some habits that aren't so good to make a difference for us, especially those of us that are on a Mounjaro or Zepbound journey. And it's really hard to get our medication right now, even for me. I've been lucky. Every month I've been lucky. And my particular pharmacy inside the Costco that I go to has always been able to find my Mounjaro for me. But last week, they couldn't find it. They said the only thing they can get is the 2.5 milligram, and they're sold out. Everything else is sold out. And I still have a couple of pens left. I have actually 3 because there was one pen I couldn't use for a surgery that I did recently. And so I have 3 pens in my refrigerator right now. So I've got a little bit of time to wait for them to find some, but I sure hope that they can find it soon because I might have some weeks where I won't be able to find my pens, and you too. And we don't want to gain back any weight that we've lost. And if we can develop some atomic habits that we put in place where we're barely don't even have to think about them anymore because they're truly a habit, we'll be doing so much better. We'll be doing better if we're taking our Mounjaro, and we'll be doing better in the weeks that we can't. So anyway, there was some really cool stuff in this week's things. Oh, good. I got some more people on here. Yay. Kimmy's here, and Mega Losing, and Maxie, who's really Lucy. Maxie's name, she told me, is Lucy, and she's here from the UK. And 656 Boxer. Awesome. And Mega Losing says, I did an inventory of my morning routine and night routine. I got rid of checking the phone in the morning and looking at the phone at night. Wow, that is really big, Mega Losing. I have not tried that yet, and I do that all the time. And I bet you'll sleep better, especially at night when you turn your phone off earlier. I hear that it helps you to sleep better because then you don't have that blue light, and you can turn off your brain easier for sleeping. You're going to have to let us know, Mega Losing, next week if it's made a difference in you being able to get a little bit more sleep by doing that. Robin says, I have 1.5 left. I received my 2.5 box yesterday. Oh, good. And yeah, Robin too, she couldn't, her pharmacy couldn't find any more 5 mgs, milligrams of Mounjaro. And so she had to go back to 2.5, but at least she has something. And Karen says, good job, Meg. Yeah. And Karen also says, I do compounding and can control the amount I use in an injection. Very cool. Karen, are you in the UK? I know the UK has a different kind of pen. It's different than what we have here in the United States. Our pens have just one dose in it. Their quick pens have at least 4 doses. And I watched a really cool gal. Her name is Kirsty. And she's in the UK and she's very new to Mounjaro. And I just subscribed to her channel. She's precious. And she's even able to squeeze a fifth shot out and gets a 5th week in her 4-week pen. Let's see. Robin says, I start reading and I keep going. Yes, going to leave the phone in a different room. Oh, that's a good idea too. You could even plug it in a different room. And Pamela Gomez says, oh, wow, I caught your live. Yay! Hi from Bakersfield, California, where it's 1 o'clock in Bakersfield, just like it's 1 o'clock in Arizona. I'm glad you made it, Pam. And Karen says, Boise, Idaho. But very cool. All right. Well, this chapter, the start, is called The Man Who Didn't Look Right. Uh-oh. And here's another man.
Do I look right?
Oh my gosh. Hey, look at you.
Well, you know, we did Star Wars recently.
That's right, because yesterday
And
was
they
the
wanted to
4th.
get Star Trek equal time.
I did mention that we're an equal opportunity house. We do Star Trek and Star Wars. Oh my gosh, I never know what he's going to do when he comes through that door. Why, you look so handsome as a Trekkie. Wow. Hey, you told me during dinner that you've actually listened to chapter 4 4 times.
On the car ride back and forth to work. Yeah.
So what did you think of chapter 4?
Well, what I got out of that, I have to take these pills after having my bladder surgery. I'm supposed to take these Flomax pills, but you're not supposed to take them with the meal. You're supposed to take them 30 minutes after a meal. And so if it was with the meal, that'd be so easy. Just take it and you got it done. But I was finding myself, oh, shoot, I'm supposed to take it 30 minutes after a meal, and it's already been like 2 hours and I forgot to take it because I couldn't connect the two. And then I had to figure out, well, does that mean I have to eat again and then wait another 30 minutes? Mm-hmm. Which was terrible. You know, if you're trying to not overeat, that's horrible. So right. What I did instead is I took my cue as when I finish my meal.
Okay.
I have on my watch already set a timer for 30 minutes. And all I got to do is press it and then just ignore it. And then all of a sudden, maybe I'm sitting watching TV or something. Oh yeah, I got to take my pill. And so that was the cue and trying to get the habit that I wanted to continue to be connected to that cue.
Oh, cool. Hey, did you try
brushing your teeth? I have another one too.
Okay, he's got another one too. What else did you do, Jeff?
Well, I've been doing this one for a while since I first listened to the book.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever walked away from your car and you wondered, did I lock the doors? Shoot, I don't remember if I did. And then you have to like leave wherever you're at and go out. Well, I have to because I'm paranoid.
He does it with the garage door too. We'll drive away. We've been driving 5 minutes down the road and he'll be like, did I close the garage door, Gina? And I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my phone or something. And then he has to turn around, drive home and see if he's shut the garage door or not.
I use that for this too with the point and call kind of thing. And I'm not pointing at it, but what I do with the car, you know, if I push the lock button twice, it makes a beep sound. It goes beep. And so what I've been doing is when I push it twice on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it goes beep, I say out loud, locked, with the same pitch and everything, so that I can remember if I'm walking away, did I lock it? Oh yeah, I said locked. And I remember that. And now I've been doing it also with the garage door. And with that, it doesn't make a noise. I just push the garage door button, and while it's going down, I say to myself, I shut the garage door.
Oh, he says it out loud so I can hear him.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you're with me, then not only can I remember better because I not only did it, I said it, and I heard it, but you also were there and you heard it as well.
Yeah, because I mean,
So
it's happened to us. Sort of, even like, the worst is when we're on the way to the airport. And all of our neighbors, they always laugh at us because we've been our neighbors for a long time. We lived in the same house for 33 out of 34 years of our marriage. And whenever we drive to the airport, we take off down the road and we always turn around and go back in the driveway because there's something we've forgotten. Or he's worried, did I lock the back door, or did I close the garage door?
well, that's
Oh my gosh.
because one time we flew to Illinois for Christmas and I forgot my suitcase.
He did.
So I had to buy all new clothes when I got there. So
Yeah.
it does have a reasonable
Yeah.
origin.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we did
that's all I got.
do that. And then I always tease him, hey, it's my year to forget my luggage. I think I want a new wardrobe too.
So,
Yeah.
wherever I can, I'm kind of trying to see if I can link the habit that I want to the cue. And in the case of when it has to be half an hour afterwards, then I set a timer and it buzzes to remind me.
Hey, and have you tried your brushing your teeth?
Oh, I said that last week, but
I know, but did you do it?
Yeah, yes.
It's one thing to say it,
Yes.
but did you do it?
Yes. So after dinner, my cue is after dinner. If I sit down away from the table, I floss, and then I go brush my teeth, and then that is the equivalent to me declaring the kitchen is closed. At least for me, I'm not going to be eating anymore tonight because I don't want to have to stop and then floss again and then brush my teeth again. So
yeah, and it really has worked.
It works. And you know what? That was my worst time of day. Where I could do good for breakfast. I already have some different breakfasts that I like.
Yeah.
And it fits within my calories that I'm trying to count. Lunch is a salad with
with the chicken in
that fits. Yeah. It's easy to do, and I easily remember that, and it fits right in the number of calories I want. Dinner
is a wild card.
A little bit more, but even that is easier to get in with whatever calories I have remaining.
If you're
what's not good is okay. Then I leave the dinner table and I snack the rest of the night until we go to sleep.
Yeah, the crunch and munch
killed me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it kills me because I'm always. For me, I don't have to eat, especially while I'm taking Mounjaro. I'm not hungry, and it's taken away that hunger. But if I'm seeing the cue of watching him eat and smelling his stuff. And I'm watching him eat a bowl of ice cream or different things. Well, then that makes me hungry too, even though I'm not really hungry, but I see that cue of the eating and then it gives me a craving, even though I wouldn't have had a craving if I wasn't seeing it.
Has it been easier for you now that I've been doing
my gosh, it's so much easier. I'm always going to tell you the absolute truth in our life though. We did have 2 days this last week, 2 days in a row. Where I'm still an emotional eater, and it doesn't matter how much Mounjaro I take. I've got to relearn some new habits to not be such an emotional eater. But on April 30th, that was a really hard day because that was the day that had been looming on our calendar for a couple of months that we had to find out on April 30th if Jeff's cancer came back, because even though he's done treatments and he's had a couple surgeries, he has the type of cancer that's high grade bladder cancer. So it can always come back. And so every 3 months, he's going to have where they look into his bladder with a little camera and make sure it's okay. And the first look was April 30th. And it was also the first day that I was seeing my oncology gynecologist for my hysterectomy. And so that was kind of a nervous day. And am I going to be able to get my surgery in time before my insurance changes? And then I have to pay my deductible all over again. And so I had a lot of nerves. And when Jeff passed and his bladder was 100% clean and there was no cancer in it, there's joy too, but it's like a pressure valve for me. Yeah. Too. And so we went out to dinner. It was in the morning. So we went to our favorite breakfast restaurant and had a great meal. And then after we came home in the afternoon from meeting my oncology gynecologist, which my surgery is going to be on May 10th, this coming Friday. So he's getting me in really fast, which is awesome. However, it is going to make a difference for our book study. Next Sunday, a week from today, is Mother's Day. And I want, if you're a mom, that your kids can, play with you or whatever. If you're not a mom, but you're visiting your mom, and we're going to take next Sunday off, and it'll be 2 days after my surgery too. So next Sunday is going to be off, and then we'll do chapter 5 the following week, and then we'll do it every single week. I just need to take next Sunday off. So I want to mention that too. But after we were done with my doctor's appointment too, we went out to dinner. And so that was 2 eating outs, and I had ice cream.
We wanted to celebrate.
We did.
A worthy event for celebrating.
Yeah, and I didn't write down what I ate, but I will say I was thinking that my Mounjaro 5 milligrams wasn't spanking me anymore, and I could eat something that maybe wouldn't be the best for me, and it wouldn't give me a tummy ache later. I need a spanking every now and again. I really do need a good spanking, and so. And that's been the good thing about Mounjaro, because it makes me know I better be good and I need to eat well so that way I don't get a tummy ache. And I did get a tummy ache. Before I went to bed, I was like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I didn't need to eat ice cream. I already went out to eat twice today. I probably was over 2,000 calories. And when I woke up the next day, I had, it spanked me again, where without eating, I had to have some Tums, a couple of big glasses of water. I was ready to take a Pepsid Complete if I needed it, because that's what I do. If I really think I'm going to throw up, if I take a Pepsid Complete, within 10 minutes, it takes that feeling away from me. And that's just how it's worked for me. And but the 2 Tums and a couple big glasses of water, I did okay. But it made me happy, though, to know that I could still get spankings. So I'm going to, yeah.
Love you.
I love you too. Thanks for sharing your ideas, Jeff, and your thoughts. So anyway, that's something I need to develop, is other ways to celebrate other than just with food. Or if I'm worried or scared or lonely, I would eat for any emotion, positive and negative ones, but to find ways to comfort myself without necessarily having to use food. So I'm still going to have to work on that. And if I were to do that habit, oh gosh, what did they call it in here? The habit checklist, habit scorecard. I would not have gotten a very good score on April 30th. And the next day I did a little bit better. Still wasn't as good as normal. But then after that, I was good. And I went right back to my regular healthy habits. And I feel so much better. I feel better when I eat healthy and I eat cleaner, which Mounjaro encourages me to do that, because I feel better. You feel better when you're eating fruits and vegetables, and for me, Greek yogurt, and getting my protein and my water in it makes me feel better. So anyway, so that's still a lesson for me, and I still have more to learn on this. And if you have ideas of great ways to do things other than eating for comfort and joy, you can give me some ideas, because I'm going to have a little bit more of that coming up with my surgery too, because I'm not going to be able to exercise for a little bit. But anyway, I'm seeing that we've got lots of comments, so I'm going to go back and hear your comments, but I am going to say a little bit about this beginning part, because I thought this was amazing. And if you didn't get a chance to read chapter 4 yet, wow, it starts off right in the beginning about a lady who she was at a family gathering, and she was looking at, I believe, her father-in-law, and she got really concerned, and she said, I don't like the way you look. And he thought, well, gee, thanks. I don't like the way you look either. And he laughed. But she said, no, I'm serious. I'm not joking. I don't like the way you look. And he didn't really know what to think about that. Here's the thing. She was, I believe, a medic and a paramedic. She was a paramedic. And she couldn't put her finger exactly what it was about him that wasn't right. But she has seen people have heart attacks in her job. And she could tell by looking at him, he didn't look quite right. And she said, I really think you need to go to the hospital. Well, sure enough, he had a big blockage and he was due to have a heart attack at any moment. And what she was able to see was something about how your blood goes in a different way when, let's see, he had a blockage of a major artery and was at risk of an immediate risk of a heart attack. When major arteries are obstructed, the body focuses on sending blood to critical organs and away from peripheral locations near the surface of the skin. The result is a change in the pattern of distribution of blood in the face. So it was the way his face looked. She knew it didn't look right. And sure enough, that was the case. And James Clear talks about in this chapter how our bodies, our minds are always looking. We're always searching our environment and looking at all the things in our environment. And we're doing habits and things without even thinking about it. And we're taking in information constantly. And sometimes there are things that we notice because of different jobs that we have, just like that lady did. And it made a big difference for her. And then I have also in orange, we underestimate how much our brains and bodies can do without thinking. You do not tell your hair to grow. You don't tell your heart to pump, your lungs to breathe, or your stomach to digest. And yet your body handles all of this and more on autopilot. You are much more than your conscious self. Consider hunger. How do you know when you're truly hungry? You don't necessarily have to see a cookie on the counter to realize that it's time to eat. Appetite and hunger are governed non-consciously. Your body has a variety of feedback loops that gradually alert you when it's time to eat again, and that track what is going on around you and within you. Cravings can arise thanks to hormones and chemicals circulating through your body. Suddenly you're hungry, even though you're not quite sure what tipped you off. And this is one of the most surprising insights about our habits. You don't need to be aware of the cue for a habit to begin. You can notice an opportunity and take action without dedicating conscious attention to it. This is what makes habits useful. It's also what makes them dangerous. As habits form, your actions come under the direction of your atomic and non-conscious mind. You fall into old patterns before you realize what's happening. Just like I was falling into my old patterns of oh my gosh, we can breathe, that Jeff has 3 months that he doesn't have to do any more treatments, and he'll be healthy enough to take care of me after my surgery, where I find out if I have cancer or not. Maybe it's just precancerous cells. We don't know for sure, but there's a lot of stress in that. And I wasn't even thinking about it, but it was like, whew, this is a day we're not going to count calories. We're just going to enjoy time with each other. But we can do other things other than just eat. So anyway, all right. Now I'm going to read some of your comments, and then we're going to talk about the Habits Scorecard. And if you have anything that really touched you this week about this chapter, please put it in the comments so we can read your thoughts and discuss some more. So let's see. I left off. Robin says, I start reading, I keep going. Yes, going to leave the phone in a different room. We did that one. And Karen Russell says, yay, Jeff. And Mega Losing says, LOL. And Robin says, Trekkie Jeffy. And Freya says, did you have a good May 4th? We did. We did. And Jeff had very much fun looking at and posting different things about the 4th being with us. And Lucy says, Captain Jeff T. Kirk. Oh, he'll really like that. He likes having the red uniform, their pajamas. One year for Christmas, we let Jeff choose the Christmas pajamas, and our whole family would wear matching pajamas when the kids were younger. And one year Jeff chose the pajamas, and they were all Star Trek pajamas. And we have a funny picture of the 4 of us in there, and my daughter is making a really funny face. And it just cracks me up. And Jeff likes to wear his Star Trek pajamas all the time. He says he likes to dress for the job he truly wants, and that would be to be captain. Let's see. And Anna says, hi, Jeff. Hi, Gina. And Karen is smiling. And Mega Losing says, me and my sister both look at the house and observe everything shut and take a moment to get ready to drive. Oh, that's really smart. So that's kind of like pointing and calling, excellent. Candy says, Jeff needs to point and call. Yes, he does. And Pam says, I started watching a licensed naturopathic doctor on YouTube, Dr. Tina Moore, episodes 106, 109, 129. She talks about how she gives very small doses of semaglutide from a compound pharmacy. Okay. And does it in small doses. And Mega Losing says, yeah, nighttime snacking is a killer to the calorie counting budget. It really is. I feel like fasting after dinner is the best. And I think that's what's really going to make the difference for me and Jeff is the evening eating. Robin says, Gina, you're a baby Yoda. See frogs, yummy, yummy. You're good. Yes, just like Grogu. Absolutely. And Anna says, oops, I moved it up and then I lost her. There we go. Anna says, happy early Mother's Day, everyone. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Mega Losing says, makes sense to skip a week. Surgery is a lot. Yeah. And I just don't know. It'll be like day 2. So I am gonna, it'll be good for me to skip that week. I still want to go live on Monday, on Mounjaro Monday then, and I'll let you know how the surgery went. And if I'm able, I know it's TMI, but if I'm able to poop, then I'll take my shot that Monday. If I'm not pooping well, then I'm going to skip that week shot, and then I'll take it the following Monday. I'm just going to play it by ear and see how my body handles the surgery, because I know the stuff that makes you fall asleep during the surgery, it can cause constipation. And then I'll have all those stitches and weird stuff down there. So not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to 3 weeks after it's over, and then I get to go swimming again, according to my doctor. That'll be exciting. Just need to get it past me so I don't have to worry about it too much longer. It's almost around the corner. See where we're at here. Pam says, now today we should and could have taco bowls for Cinco de Mayo. That's right, because it is Cinco de Mayo, and we do Cinco de Mayo up here in the southwest of the United States. We're very much into that. So yeah, we'll probably have some tacos tonight. And Robin says, Gina, oh yeah, the baby Yoda. Oh, I guess I missed Pam. Sorry about that, Pam, but caught up with it. And then Robin's the baby Yoda. And Anna says, praise God, Jeff is doing well. Thank you so much, Anna. Yep. we've been praying so hard, and so far so good. And Anna says, happy early Mother's Day, everyone. Mega Losing says, makes sense to skip a week surgeries. Okay, I said that before. So, when I click my down, sometimes it wiggles where I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody's. Robin says, Jeff resembles Richard here. Oh, Richard Gere. Oh, I think so too. He's so handsome. And Anna says, Gina, prayers all go well. Speedy recovery. Mega Losing says, I already planned out my birthday meal this next Thursday. I'm not counting either. You know what? It's your birthday. And on your birthday, absolutely, you have what you want. And then the day after, you just get right back on the good eating bandwagon and you'll do just fine. And Robin says, love the braid. Oh, thanks. I went swimming today. It's finally warm enough in Arizona that the swimming pools here aren't freezing cold. And I wanted to be sure I got swimming in. And so I swam right before I went live, and swam for an hour, and it just felt great. I'm going to swim every day this week before I have to take 3 weeks off without any exercise and other than walking slowly. Let's see. What is the drink you use in coffee? Okay. I have been putting in my coffee, it's Alani protein drink. I get it at Costco, but it might be at other grocery stores. It's a protein drink. And if you drink the whole bottle, it has 140 calories. It has 20 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber. I love it. And so I do about a good third of my cup of coffee is that protein drink. And then I add my coffee to it, and delicious. And then I put the rest of it in the refrigerator, and then I'll pull it out and I'll pour it over ice. And to me, it tastes like one of my favorite drinks, if I'm going to drink alcohol, is Bailey's Irish Cream. And I like it poured over ice. And then, when you're towards the end of drinking it and the ice starts to melt with it, that's what this protein drink tastes like. The outside of it says munching. I don't know. It looks like it has like a caramel maybe and a pretzel. Hey, yay! Thank you, Jeff. I was just gonna call you and go, hey, can you bring me a thing? So at Costco, it comes in a big box like this, and it says Alani Protein Shake Munchies. Because this is the one I think is so delicious. Munchies, Alani Protein, and then it looks like this. And like I say, I drink a third to a half in my cup of coffee, and then the rest I have coffee. And then I, sometimes I have to stick my coffee cup in the microwave, to zap it so it's hot. But it reminds me of I like having a lot of creamer in my coffee, not as much as I wouldn't have like half my cup creamer. But if I have that much of the Alani in it, it makes it as creamy as having a tablespoon or two of coffee creamer. And
put this away?
Sure, but at least they got a chance to see that. But yeah, I've been getting that at Costco, but I believe it's at other places too, other grocery stores. It's just you get such a good deal at Costco. And I buy it when it's on sale. So I've got a few cases of it because I'm always afraid Costco will stop selling it because they always, sell things for a little bit and then they change up their stuff. But that stuff's really good. Okay. Lucy says, I think we underestimate our intuition. Yeah. That is so true. That's why Jeff and I had a lot of luck with our surgeries and things because of intuition. I knew that Jeff needed to see his doctor before I even knew that he was having any bleeding issues. the feeling was so strong that it was time for him to have his well check, and then he needed to tell his doctor that his mom had leukemia when she was in her 50s, and Jeff is 62. And I'm so glad that he got that doctor's appointment. The same intuition that Jeff had about me when I found an excellent gynecologist for my first surgery that I did, but she was so popular, you had to wait 2 months to get in to see her, and they said I could call back and see if there was any cancellations, and I'd done that like 5 or 6 times, and I don't know, I didn't feel like we were ever going to get a cancellation, and so I wasn't going to call anymore. And then Jeff's intuition on Holy Thursday, when he was like, nope, Gina, you got to call that doctor's office right now in front of me. And it was so funny because that's when they gotten a cancellation. And I was able to get in on Good Friday and get that appointment. And now I'm going to have my hysterectomy on May 10th. I shouldn't even have my first surgery by May 10th. And now I'm going to have the big surgery then. And it's still within my insurance year, because my insurance year goes to June 30th. So I just thank God so much for intuition, because both Jeff and I had it for the opposite person. I had it for Jeff, and Jeff had it for me. And I'm just very thankful, because even if I have cancer, and when Jeff got his cancer, we're catching it early. And if you catch it early, it's so survivable. But it's not how. I have just too many friends that have died from cancer. I just know it's always better if you can find it right away when it's in the early stages versus in the later stages. So yeah, so we need to listen to our intuition with all kinds of things, just like the lady in the book where she knew her father-in-law, he just didn't look right. He just didn't look right. She really wanted him to go to the hospital, and by golly, he had a full blockage. He could have died. But her intuition, and it was so good that he listened to her too, because not everyone's going to listen to their daughter-in-law. But we definitely need to be listening to our intuition. Lucy says, the times I wish I trusted my gut. Yeah. Also love your anchor earrings, Gina. Yeah, Jeff gave this to me as a gift after I wrote my Anchor Moments, Hope, Healing, and Forgiveness book in 2019. He found these for me, and they're so fun. And then the necklace is on our Anchor Moments merch, because that's truly is my anchor. And on the top is a clock that says 11:11. And the 11:11 is from Jeff's mom. She was just the most amazing woman ever. I loved her to pieces. And her favorite number was 11. And so whenever we see 11:11 on the clock, we always say hi to Marilyn, Jeff's mom. So anyway, that is why my branding looks like that. And we have pins too in our merch thing. So store, and I don't know how much they are, like $3-4, and they're in different sizes. There's a little one, this is the medium size, and then there's a large one that are kind of fun to put on a jacket or something. Let's see. Mega Losing says, I think we can have those off counting days as long as they aren't frequent. Exactly. It's a day, not a season. And that's what I'm really changing this year as I'm becoming a healthy person with a healthy lifestyle that's a permanent, healthy lifestyle. I'm still going to eat cake on my birthday. I'm still going to go on vacations and have some fun with things. I'm still going to enjoy Christmas. But all these different things are days. They don't have to be you eat a bunch on your birthday, and then for the next month it's like your birthday every day for over a month. That's when it's a problem. But if it's just the one day, and most of the days you're great, you don't even think there's 365 days in a year. What if 300 of them you ate healthy and you exercised and you did all the things, for at least 300? That still gives you, that still gives you 65 days that are holidays and special occasions or whatever, but you need 300 of them to be really good. And you can still enjoy and you can still have fun with your friends and your family. I don't know. And that's a lesson that I've never learned correctly that I'm really working on this year. Robin says, notice your bad habits and acknowledge them, not criticizing yourself. Yeah, you know what? This Habits book, it talks about that we have good habits and we have bad habits. But you know what? It's time to stop beating ourselves up. We don't need to beat ourselves up about our bad habits anymore. We just need to change them. We just need to change them. And we need to celebrate the successes we do have. We just need to be 1% better every day. And that's what they said in chapter 1 of Atomic Habits. If you're 1% better every day, there's compound interest on that. And at the end of the year, you're 37 times better than you were the year before. How cool is that? Acid reflux makes me stop eating after 6. Yeah. And Mounjaro can give you acid reflux. One of my friends on Mounjaro mentioned that he's getting some acid reflux when he upped a dose to a new level for him, and that Tums does not do the trick for him, and that for some people Tums isn't that helpful, is not that helpful, but for him Pepto-Bismol did the trick. You need to figure out for yourself what works the best, that's over the counter, that your doctor says is okay with whatever your other medications are and your other medical conditions are. So you have in your house different things that you can use. And for me, Tums usually does the trick, but if it doesn't, Pepsid Complete does it for me. And I do have Pepto-Bismol on hand in the house just in case. I haven't had to use that yet, but I do have that just in case as well. I'm just so worried about constipation, and Pepto-Bismol also helps you when you have diarrhea. So I'm always afraid that it'll constipate me more. So I haven't used the Pepto-Bismol yet, but I have it in case I get extreme diarrhea. I've got that as a tool in my cabinet. In my medicine cabinet. But you need to have tools, and you need to ask your doctor what are the best tools for you to be sure that when you're taking something over the counter, that it's not going to be a problem with your other prescriptions. Taz the Bulldog's mom says, haha, love you all. You all have such great spirit. I move the snacks into the pantry. Out of sight, out of mind. Yes. That's the thing. If I don't see it, I do so much better. Like I showed you guys last week that I have hidden in that closet in a big bin that's not see-through. I have to dig in there to get to my chocolate covered almonds. But if I ever truly want just a small little bit of chocolate, they're 14 calories a piece. I can go in there and I can get a few. But if it's on my counter or, in the living room in a candy dish or something, oh my gosh, I need a ton of them, because every time I'd see them, I'd want one. So yeah, it is a good way to go. Let's see. And go back up here a little bit. Lee says you can delay your shot up to 3 days, I think. So you have time to poop. Yep. I could, and I could do midweek. And Lucy says, I know if I start evening munchies, I can't stop. So my new rule is just don't start. And that's a great rule. And that's why Jeff brushes his teeth. Once he's done with dinner, he'll brush his teeth now. And that's part of lazy he does too, because he's like, oh, I don't want to have to brush and floss my teeth again. So once he does that, he's done for the night. And Taz the Bulldog says, mom says, my mindset has changed where I'm thinking of food as a necessity and not so much a pleasure. Some days are easier than others. Yep. And Anna says, sounds good. Karen says, thank you. I love Irish cream also. Oh, me too. So yummy. And Robin says, I also have my apples and oranges in a bowl. So when I need a sugar fix, I reach for those. Hey, and that's doing the opposite. And it's great. So to have things that are healthy for you to eat, that are wonderful for you to eat, have those where you can see them, like the apples and the oranges and carrot sticks and celery. When you first open up the refrigerator, where they're at the front, you don't have to dig through a vegetable bowl, a vegetable drawer to find them, and have them ready to go. That's really helpful too. Or chop up bell pepper strips. We've been buying, I call them carrot chips, but they're slices of carrots that have ridges, kind of like Ruffles potato chips, but they're ruffled carrot slices. And I am just loving the heck out of those. And so, and Jeff's been eating a lot of those too. And they're easy. They're ready to go. I don't even have to cut them. Someone else has cut them, and I just buy them at the grocery store that way. But helpful. And I need to have it when I first open up the fridge, that's right there so I can see it right away. To trigger a craving for the good stuff. Yes, because we can do that in reverse. Lucy says, it's what we do 80% of the time that matters. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Pam says, that's my new philosophy too. Enjoy things occasionally. Yeah. We don't want to punish ourselves either, you know. And Pam says, meaning food like desserts, or if I go to Italy, I want some pasta or a chocolate pastry from France. Absolutely. And but then when you come home and your vacation's over, then you get right back to your healthy lifestyle habits right away and not wait. Oh, I'll do it next week. No, next week. No, next week. Next month. Next month. The following month I will, you know. But just start right back on it the second you get home, and you'll do just fine. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, remember, we are all made perfectly in God's image, and we just need to be refined a bit. Love yourself. It's mind, body, and spirit. Yeah. And that's my goal for this channel, is to feed your mind, body, and spirit. And you guys all feed mine for showing up and commenting. I just appreciate you all so much. And Robin says, change the environment, circumstances with addiction. Yeah. And I've got to work on that. I definitely have to work on that. And Anchor Moments RV, which is Jeff, that's our other channel. And he's like, what flavor of Tums do you like the best? The flavor of Tums I like is the smoothie variety. So not the regular Tums, because those are really chalky and crappy. I like the Tums smoothie. It's called smoothies, and they are smoother, and they're really tasty. Every now and again, I just have one in the evening because I mean, not every night, but if I haven't had it for a while, because I know there's a lot of good calcium in it too, and I almost think of it as a treat, you know, just to have one. Taz, the Bulldog's mom, is laughing at Jeff, and Pam says, yes, those are great ideas. Cut up veggies, have citrus in a bowl, and healthy mixed nuts. Then make or have hummus and blend cottage cheese with some seasoning and use as a dip. Yeah, anything you can do like that. And, you know, celery sticks, you know, are really nice that you can scoop up your cottage cheese that you've blended with some seasoning too. That would be really good as a dip. And cottage cheese is full of protein. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, didn't know they had different flavors. They do. And Lucy says, hey, could we get all viewers to give the live a thumbs up for our lovely host? Oh, thanks so much, Lucy. And that does make a difference when you do give a thumbs up to any of the videos. That does make a difference. YouTube will send it to more people when there's comments and when there's thumbs up. It really does. It really does make a difference. Thank you so much, Lucy. And Lynn says, I've gotten used to the chalky Tums. I used to hate them too. Yeah. And if you try the smoothie one, oh my gosh, you will feel like, oh, premium. Those are premium Tums. They're so good. Okay. Now, the Habits Scorecard. I want to talk about that in chapter 4. And this is something we can do. And we talked about pointing and calling, and they put that as a process. And you can say things like, one lady says when she's making her packing list, she says out loud, I've got my keys, I've got my wallet, I got my glasses, I got my husband, and then she takes off. Many of our failures in performance are largely attributable to a lack of self-awareness. Yeah, that you just don't realize. And one of our greatest challenges in changing habits is maintaining awareness of what we are actually doing. This helps explain why the consequences of bad habits can sneak up on us. And then they give us an actionable item. Maybe write down what you do when you during your day. And here, a list of things that you do when you wake up in the morning, maybe a list of things that you do in the afternoon, a list of things that you do in the evening, and then go back over your list. And once you have a full list, look at each behavior and ask yourself, is this a good habit, a bad habit, or a neutral habit? If it's a good habit, put a plus next to it. If it's a bad habit, write a minus. If it's a neutral habit, write an equal sign. So like they put wake up, turn off alarm, check my phone, go to the bathroom, weigh myself, take a shower, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, put on deodorant, hang up towel to dry, get dressed, make a cup of tea. And then when they went back and looked at their list, waking up is neutral. They woke up. Turning off the alarm, neutral. Checking her phone or his phone, to put a little minus on there. That's something that could wait. Go to the bathroom, neutral. Weigh themselves as a positive thing, which works for them. Do remember, weighing yourself, that is personal. For some people, they do better if they weigh themselves every day. And for other people, they do better if they weigh themselves maybe once a month or even less than that. It depends on the person. It really does. For me, I like to weigh myself every day, but I do it this way. If I weigh myself every day, whatever the lowest weight of the week is, that's how much I weigh. And then it's the following week. So, because there's so much of weight is, did I have a lot of salt last night? Did I poop this morning? There's so many things that can be a part of it, that your weight really does go up and down like this constantly. Even as you're losing weight, it kind of goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, on its way down a slope. But anyway, I just had to put that out there about the weighing yourself. For this person, it's positive because it makes them keep themselves accountable. And for me, I need to keep myself accountable. I will, though, if I've had a bit, like I know when I come home from vacation, I got to give myself 2 or 3 days before I step on that scale, because I'm still going to be full of sodium and stuff too. And I need to get some of that out of my system. And then I weigh myself and see how much did I really gain during that vacation. But anyway, just had to say that with weigh yourself. Take a shower, positive. Well, sure. Brushing your teeth, that's positive. Flossing the teeth, your dental hygienist will be thank you. Put on deodorant, positive. Hang up the towel to dry, they put as a medium thing. Getting dressed, medium. And make a cup of tea, positive. And when you look at all your habits, after you've scored it, your score, what do you think of all the different little things that you do? And then all habits serve you in some way, even the bad ones, which is why you repeat them. So figure out how your habits are serving you, and then figure out what you want to change. I know for me, I'm going to have strawberry ice cream after my surgery. I'm going to have strawberry ice cream in the house. A little bit of strawberry ice cream really makes me feel good when my feelings are off. But I'm going to ask my friends who bring food over, because I have some friends willing to bring food over, to please not bring dessert, because I don't want to be eating a bunch of cookies and cake and that kind of stuff when I can't get my exercise in. But I know a little bit of ice cream will be okay. A ton of ice cream, no, but a little bit will be okay. And I just haven't yet um, totally gotten out of healing myself, healing feelings with food yet. But I'm still going to let myself have a little bit of strawberry ice cream. But I can still think about it. Another thing that I'm doing today, I bought a whole bunch of vegetables and I'm making my cabbage vegetable soup. I'm going to make a boatload of it. And I'm going to be putting a lot of it in the freezer in containers, because that also is very tasty and it's warm, and I make it chili flavored. So it's like eating chili, though it's all 100% vegetables and a little bit of olive oil. And if I want to add, a little hamburger and beans to it, then it's a super healthy chili. Or I could throw in a little bit of cheddar cheese and some crushed baked um, Tostito scoops in there, and then it's like a tortilla soup. I can do so many things with it, but it's so crazy healthy, and it's warm and satisfying too, and healthy. So it's a win-win on all those things. So I'm making a double batch today, and if you want to know how to make my soup, I did a video about that. So it's in my veggie playlist, and you can watch how to make that. I even I made an accident during it, and Jeff did something kind of funny, because he's a really funny guy when he has the time to edit videos, and that's an edited video, and it's kind of a fun video. But it is great soup, so I'm going to be making that soup too. Anyway, good habits will have net positive outcomes. Smoking a cigarette may reduce stress right now. That's how it's serving you, but it's not a healthy long-term behavior for those people where cigarettes would be a thing. Look at your behaviors and say, does this behavior help me become the type of person I wish to be? Remember I believe chapter 2 or chapter 3, this is for chapter 2. Oh my gosh, that your habits create who you are. And if you want to be a better person, then you can create better habits to fit the kind of person you want to be. So does this behavior help me become the type of person I wish to be? And you'll be doing that when you're casting your vote on the things that you've done during the day. Are those habits you want to keep? Habits that reinforce your desired identity are usually good. Habits that conflict with your desired identity are usually bad. So I am going to say this. Gina of a year ago would have made oatmeal raisin cookies for my as one of my treats. I would make them now, so I'd have those maybe also with ice cream and other things. But I'm not making a bunch of cookies. I'm making my really yummy cabbage veggie soup, and I'm making sure I have a little strawberry ice cream in the house too. And I will say, strawberry ice cream is the only ice cream I can eat that I love, and I can have a little tiny bowl full, about, half a cup to a cup of ice cream, and I'm done, and I'm good, and I'm satisfied. If I get ice creams that have ripples of caramel in it and stuff like that, oh my God, I could eat the whole half gallon, but strawberry ice cream is tasty for me. It's smooth and satisfying, and I can stop after a little bit. That's why I choose the strawberry. But anyway, habits that reinforce your desired identity are usually good. Habits that conflict with your desired identity are usually bad. What else do I have? Oh, I have something else that I have starred. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. Strategies like pointing and calling and the Habits Scorecard are focused on getting you to recognize your habits and acknowledge the cues that trigger them, which makes it possible to respond in a way that benefits you. And that's what we want to do. We want to benefit ourselves. We want to be the best version of ourselves. And when we take good care of ourselves, then it helps us to have the room and time and energy available to take care of our loved ones too, and to other people. And I love that each chapter has a chapter summary, which really hits all the bullet points. And I'm just going to go through it real quick and then we're done and then I'm going to look to see if anyone else has a comment. But with enough practice, your brain will pick up on the cues that predict certain outcomes without consciously thinking about it. Once our habits become automatic, we stop paying attention to what we are doing. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. You need to be aware of your habits before you can change them, the good habits and the bad habits, and the good habits to make them even better. Pointing and calling raises your level of awareness from a non-conscious habit to a more conscious level by verbalizing your actions. The Habit Scorecard is a simple exercise you can use to become more aware of your behavior. All right. Let's see if anyone else has something to share. Oh, good. We do have a few. So let me go back up. Pam says, yes, those are great ideas. Cut up veggies, have citrus in a bowl, and healthy mixed nuts. Oh, wait, we did read that. Luna says, I've gotten used to the chalky Tums. Yep. Thanks for the reminder. I hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Pam. And Lucy says, yay. And thanks, Lucy, for reminding people to give the video a thumbs up. And Robin says, also, I'm not a huge fan of dark chocolate, so I keep a bar of it. And it's low in calories and good for you. So I eat that in place of any candy. Cures me. Yeah. And then you just need a little bit, just like my strawberry ice cream. I really like strawberry ice cream, but I can eat strawberry ice cream in a small amount. Whereas some of the other flavors of ice cream, it's harder for me. Lucy says, I've been thinking about the kind of person I want to be and what their habits would be. Like they would take their medication properly. They would empty the trash out of their car, etc. Yeah. And sometimes I get junk in my car and I have to go through and clean it out. I totally understand that. And Mega Losing says, it's about designing our ideal life. Exactly it. That ding, 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 ding. That's it. And that's why we're doing this Atomic Habits book study. It's exactly it. Yep. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, my 360 is an amazing app. Oh, my 360 is an amazing app. It shows your body changing and gives you a non-scale success. I do it once a month and see your body changing. Oh my gosh. Taz the Bulldog's mom, I've got to look for that. My 360. That would be really cool to be able to see that. So we can see the inches too, because when you're exercising and you're losing weight, sometimes the exercising builds some great muscles, but you don't necessarily see that on the scale. But boy, to be able to see that difference, that seems really cool. I'm going to have to look for that app. Thanks for the heads up on that. And it's only one I have. The only one I have. I'm not quite sure what Robin's trying to say with that. It's the only one I have. I don't know. Mega Losing says, I don't know if I'll ever take away every bit of dependency on food. Today I had a serving of shrimp chips and it fit in with the calories. Yeah. And you know what? If you're counting your calories, you can eat anything, but you just have it within the set calorie guideline for yourself. And for me, I also put on my notebook, and I did put a copy of what I ate yesterday in the community tab so you can see what I've written down and what I've eaten. But I try to hit at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables in a day. Sometimes I go more than that, and I don't have to make more squares. I just make sure that I've hit at least 4 of those, and that I'm shooting for 90 grams of protein, 90 to 100. Um, for protein and fiber, I'm shooting for at least 25 grams of fiber, but I can eat anything. It's just how much am I eating, you know? Um, there's a lady who on the Rally Coach program that I've been on for a year now through my health insurance. This lady one of the coaches that leads has lost over 100 pounds. And she went to Italy recently and was so excited to be there. And she said, she can have 3 bites of anything and it's okay. And she said, in those first 3 bites are what you really taste the most. And so she makes sure that she gets plenty of fruits and vegetables, that she gets plenty of water and protein, but she can have 3 bites of anything, creme brulee, whatever, and that it's okay. She can fit it in her plan. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, Gina, you're a gem. I've adopted you as my sister. Yep, I'm everybody's sister from another mister, and here to be with you on your journey. And Cindy says, hi, Gina. And Robin says, prayers for you that May 10th goes well and you have a speedy recovery. Thank you so much, Robin. And Pam says, I'll have to watch the veggie soup video. I posted a video on my channel yesterday on making a good protein coffee. It's delicious too with Fairfield protein shake. Yeah, the Fairfield protein shake, very similar to the Alani one, or Premier Protein. And Pam says, oh, it's on my other account though, if you want to see it, Mounjaro Journey with Pam. I'm going to make a protein ice cream soon too. Ooh, I want to watch that, Pam. And thanks so much for watching my channel too. And I'll have to go and watch some more on yours. And Pam says, I really like this book study. I haven't heard of My 360 Me either. And that sounds like a wonderful app. Oh, she means that she only keeps 1 dark chocolate bar, right? Yep, probably. Or, if she could maybe even have more than 1 dark chocolate bar hidden somewhere, because it's not something that she'll eat a bunch of, just a teeny bit to get her over the craving for chocolate, but it's not so much that she's going to binge on it. And I'll be praying for you, Gina. Thanks so much, Pam. And thanks so much, everyone. I'm also thinking of doing another playlist on my Anchor Moments channel about my robotic hysterectomy. I'm going to do probably a video. My surgery is first thing Friday morning. So I might do a video on Thursday of a live about that, of different things that I'm doing to prepare, like, having made my veggie cabbage soup, and then just a little bit each day about what I'm feeling and what the recovery of it is like. So that way that could be a playlist. I did find someone else on the internet, and I just watched the one thing. So I'll have to go back in the history. I can't remember what her name was, but I watched 2 videos. One where she spoke each day about being sore. That's how I know day 2, I might not be ready to do, like, I'll do the live, but it'll be like short. I won't be able to do a book study on 2 days after. Her first 4 days were a little rough, but then after that, she got better. And then she did even a video a year later, and how so happy and relieved she is that she actually did do the surgery, and that she's fine now. And anyway, I'm going to have a playlist, and I have a playlist on menopause too. So for those of you that are going through menopause, or your wife is, or your mom is, that you can know a little bit about it, because us women, we don't talk about it. We only talk about hot flashes and night sweats, and that's it. That's like the end of the discussion. And really, there's so much more to menopause than that. I'm finding out myself. And so anyway, just doing whatever I can. You can take the little oopsie-doodles of life that make life a little bit hard for you in the moment. But boy, if you can share it, someone else who's going to go through that, it makes it so much easier for them. And I appreciate everyone that also does Mounjaro channels, because I watched them for quite a while before I decided to take Mounjaro myself. And I appreciate that they put information out there for me. And I want to spread it forward too, pay it forward to others as well. And with menopause and, and cancer journeys too. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was going to all of that with Jeff and I just this year, being just 57 and 62. But it is what it is. But we still appreciate all the goodness in life, especially knowing wonderful people like you around the world, even my buddies in the UK. Wow, how cool is that to have buddies in the UK? Just to have buddies everywhere. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being on this journey with me. And remember, next week, no class, no Atomic Habits on Mother's Day, but we will. The following week, we'll do chapter 5. So you've got 2 weeks to get one chapter in. And Pam says, I think it'll be good for recovery to have more protein, vitamins, minerals, and walking or moving. I know it's close enough. And we love having buddies in the USA. Yay! Thanks, Lucy. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Oh, wait, one more. Pam says, I wish I had searched YouTube when I was starting my journey. I felt sort of alone for 8 of the last 7 months while taking Mounjaro. I could have learned so much more when I needed it. Yeah. So thanks, Pam, for your channel too. And I'm going to check on some of the things you have there, because you've been doing it longer than I have. So it's always good. It's always good to learn from each other and to support each other, So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.